If you struggle with panic attacks and you want to overcome this, you need to watch this video. So in the first video, I talk about when people experience panic attacks, oftentimes the very first time they have a panic attack, they don't know what it is. They actually think there's something wrong. Maybe their heart's going to explode. Maybe they have a breathing problem. Maybe they're going to go crazy. Maybe they need to run away from something and they don't know. Then they go to the doctor and they get everything ruled out. Now here's the interesting thing. You would assume when the doctor says, yeah, you got a clean bill of health, you're fine. Well, you would think that would help the sufferer to feel better. And yeah, that does to a certain degree, but what happens is that somebody who experiences panic attack is like, yeah, but that could happen anywhere. That could happen at any time. It could happen while I'm driving. It could happen while I'm at work. What do? I can't run away from this. And so what happens is naturally they get more panic attacks. And in the first video, I talk about what happens after you get your first panic attack, which is your nervous system sensitizes. It becomes very sensitive. The consequence of that is you start experiencing really bizarre symptoms. You may experience weird physical symptoms. You may feel a little bit detached. You may feel a little bit brain fog. You may feel like, you're feeling a little bit more sad or you're feeling a little bit more down. Now, anxiety sufferers, because they're experiencing panic attacks, well, now they start wondering, why is that happening? What's happening? Is there something wrong? Did the doctor miss something? What happens if the doctor finds out, but then it's too late? Now they start worrying about these symptoms. They start thinking, no, I have a medical issue. No, I have this, I have that. And then they start going back to their doctors constantly. This is how panic attacks can lead to health anxiety, because panic attacks are very physical. And so what happens as a consequence is because people start experiencing these physical symptoms, that is the onset of the panic attack that's caused by the anxiety, well, now they think that these physical symptoms is caused by something else, some sort of malignant disease, even though they've gotten everything ruled out, which keeps the anxiety cycle alive. This is how the anxiety process works. Oftentimes it happens through a panic attack. Not always, but a lot of times people fall into the trap because they have a panic attack and they don't know why it happened. They don't know what it was, they didn't know what was happening, and naturally they think the worst case scenario. Now, why wouldn't they think the worst case scenario, right? This is their health, this is their body. Of course they're gonna think worst case scenario, because at least if it's the worst case scenario, they can prepare for it. Again, this is how anxiety works though. It catastrophizes everything. When people are trying to overcome this, what happens is they end up digging themselves into a deeper hole. So how do you get out of this? How do you get out of panic attacks? Well, the process takes some work, and it's not like a simple answer that I can do in a 3-minute TikTok. But I want to try, which is one of the things you have to understand is what we call the mechanics of anxiety. How does anxiety work? How do panic attacks work? How does it work not just from a physiological level, but from a mental component? Once you start learning what's happening, that actually demystifies a lot of it. The second part is by experiencing them and not fearing them. To learn more, follow this page.